Morning Mayan. Your post brings me back to a story I had read many years ago. I was in this little world of reading Holocaust books whenever I was in elementary and middle school. And any Holocaust book I could get my hands on, I would read. I don't know why I found a interest, but there was something about survival and um, just the craziness about these true stories that just drew me in. And in one of the books, don't know which one it was, I'd read so many, there was a story about a um, Catholic girl that had no problems at all, with the Nazis. Her family, you know, were wealthy, and what happened was she felt compassion for these Jewish people, and she hid them, and she got busted. Well, um, they let her slide once, and then the second time when she got busted, they put her in a camp, and she had her Bible with her. Now, whatever your faith is, this story, I believe, is important. So you can substitute my word Bible with whatever you want, Torah, whatever. The story still, has a great message. And it's a true story. So this girl, being of wealthy origin, she was able to sneak a Bible into a concentration camp, because she knew people. What happened was in this camp, um, all of the people in this, women's, you know, bunk, they were flea infested, and it was disgusting. This girl tells about, bodies on bodies and fleas everywhere just biting them, and every night they would pray, and she would read a, a passage from the Bible to everyone, uh, and they would pray that these fleas would go away. And it was just constant, the praying for these fleas to go away. Well, they never had like a, you know, I guess a rush from the Nazis to search their bunks or anything like that, and they were able to keep the Bible throughout and do the reading and for faith, and um, but they continually prayed for these fleas to go away, and it was torture to them. Well, in the end, it had been found out that the reason that they weren't discovered praying from this Bible, that they weren't, rushed in and, killed because they had a Bible, was because of the fleas. I mean, it was just one of those, when you're reading and it's like, you know, it was one of those moments when I had read that, because it was just so shocking. You know, they, the story went on, and then at the end you found out that the reason that they didn't, search them was because the guards themselves didn't want to go in and get bit by fleas. So I totally agree. You know, there's always a bright side, always a bright side on anything. You know, even in turmoils. You know, I went through two Category 4 and Category 5 hurricanes, one after another. As soon as we got the power back on and the water, after the first catastrophic hurricane, Francis, uh, the TVs came back on and they said, "Here comes Gene." We were considered a national disaster here in Vero Beach, and that was before New Orleans. And we didn't get the coverage or the help or anything either, but we're a small town. We're not New Orleans. So um, but it did, it brought together the community, and it also weeded out the people that were just down here, just being tourists, and some of them actually hurting the environment down here, no respect for the land and things like that. Yeah, so there is a system sometimes, but that's not to mean that those of us that have the interest or the skill to make things better shouldn't. Yes, we should be happy to be so blessed and that there is a bright side. But part of me thinks that although we're all okay, there are people that aren't. And that's why I commend Morning Mayan and others on keeping an eye out, keeping a watch. You know, there's got to be more mama bears, and papa bears, because you never know. There's corrupt people, and if it isn't for people like us and journalists that put their neck on the line, and writers, and people that document, the woman who wrote the book that I had read, you know it doesn't get passed on. So I'm very happy that we are all okay. So pass it on.